transfer news. Live updates all the latest gossip from Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea and the rest of the Premier League. Friday, December 811.15. Manchester United are leading the race for Juventus star Alexandro. Reports earlier this week claimed the Blues are ready to relaunch their efforts to get him in January, and United are sniffing around too. But journalist Duncan Castles says Jose Mourinho's side are at the front of the queue for the left-back's signature. You don't get players out of Juventus, particularly in mid-season, without a careful strategy and probably a large transfer fee, he said on the Transfer Window podcast. But they United are at present leading the race for Alexandro. 10:30 am. Man United have been dealt a blow in the bid to sign Leon Goretzka from Schalke because the midfielder is injured. Mail Online says Jose Mourinho's side had been considering a New Year swoop but could now end the pursuit due to the German's leg problem. 9:45 am. Jose Mourinho is turning his attention to Real Madrid star Marco Asensio at Manchester United. The 21-year-old attacker only signed a new contract at the Bernabeu in September. But United are apparently set to test Real's resolve with a move for Asensio. According to Spanish outlet Don Balón, Mourinho no longer considers Gareth Bale a priority. Instead, Mourinho wants to make a strong pursuit for Asensio, with a huge future ahead of the attacking midfielder. 8:45 am. West Ham and Crystal Palace want to sign Danny Ings. The Guardian report the Premier League rivals are keen on getting the Liverpool striker on board in January. Ings could be available on a loan deal. 8 am. Chelsea are ready to sign Leon Bailey without the consent of Antonio Conte. The Sun claimed Chelsea want to snap him up for £20 million. His club Bayer Leverkusen would apparently be allowed to take Bailey straight back on loan until the end of the season. 7:15 am. Manchester United have joined the race for Alexandro. The Juventus left-back has been a top target for Chelsea in the past. But now Jose Mourinho is tracking the Brazilian too, claimed the Daily Record. Which Premier League transfers are most likely to happen in January? Getty. Theo Walcott to West Ham 31,500 Alexis Sanchez would NT get into Manchester City's current team. That is according to pundit Steve Nicol. The former right-back told ESPN he believes the Chilean will only join Pep Guardiola's side if Bernardo Silva is sold. 3:15 Arsenal are closing in on Schalke star Leon Goretzka. The German is out of contract at the end of the season and has been heavily linked with a move to a host of European heavyweights. But the Sun claim Arsene Wenger has won the battle for his signature and the player will join on a free. 2:00 Chelsea have joined the race for Barcelona target Arthur. The Gremio midfielder was spotted in a famous red and blue Catalan shirt earlier this week. His Brazilian club admitted the 21-year-old was likely to leave. But the Daily Mirror say Antonio Conte's men have joined the race. 1:20 Everton are planning an audacious swoop for Borussia Dortmund man Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. The Gabon international has been linked with a host of European clubs this year. And the Daily Mirror claims Sam Allardyce wants to swoop in with a £60 million bid. Here are 10 players Sam Allardyce could sign in January to save Everton from relegation. Getty. 10. Dale Fry Middlesbrough 2.4 Thursday, December 71:30 p.m. Tottenham back Danny Rose, who is being heavily linked with a move to Manchester United, insists he has no issue with boss Mauricio Pochettino. "This is getting silly now," said Rose. The manager said it was best I came off and I didn't want to come off. That was it. I've seen already that people are saying we exchanged words. There is no issue between me and the manager. There has never been an issue. For the last 3.5 years, 4 years, the manager has been my biggest fan. He's given me nothing but love and respect. There is no issue. There never will be an issue. People need to stop this because it's not welcomed. 9:45 p.m. Frank Lampard says Liverpool will spend in January but must avoid signing players who will be cup-tied for the Champions League. It's a good squad. It's just slightly weak in really important areas, as we keep saying, Lampard told BT Sport. Yes, they've got to make signings in January. I think they will do that. In terms of the Champions League, they've got to pick somebody who's not playing in it currently, so you can use them. In the next stage, I think they will do. There will be players available. Related articles. 8:30 p.m. Alexis Sanchez could move to Newcastle should the club's mega money takeover be completed, Toon icon Shay Given believes. Given told Star Sport, if the investors come in and have got endless amounts of money, they could sign Alexis Sanchez, for example. It depends who these new owners are. I'm not saying he'll go there and they could instead trawl down the bottom part of the league. You just don't know how much money they'll have. When you look at Sheikh Mansour when he came to Manchester City and signed Robinho, will these people have that money to spend, or will it be a bit more of shopping down the ladder? 7:20 p.m. Rio Ferdinand believes Philippe Coutinho would warrant a £140 million price tag if he continues to fire in the goals. La Liga giants Barcelona remain eager to lure Liverpool's Coutinho to Spain despite failing to do over the summer. Told BT Sport when they were talking about the fee for him if Barcelona or etc. were going to try and buy him. £130, £140 million. The only thing you would say is he going to get enough goals to warrant that? In this form, it suggests yes. He's got to continue in this vein of form of scoring goals. He is the manipulator. He gets things going. Everything goes through him in terms of going forward and the creativity in this team. He's a fantastic footballer. Great brain. 6:00 p.m. Roma are the favourites to land Leicester star Riyad Mahrez, according to Ladbrokes. Alex Apati of Ladbrokes said it's looking increasingly likely Leicester will give up on trying to keep hold of Mahrez now, but the latest odds are suggesting the Foxes will only sell to a team outside of England. Italian giants Roma are now 54 to add Mahrez to the ranks, while Arsenal and Chelsea are out at 72 and 41 respectively. 5:00 p.m. Morgan Schneiderlin is desperate to make the most of his fresh start at Everton under new boss Sam Allardyce. Since I started to play football, in every game you have something to prove, he said. That is part of being a football player. Every game you have to show what you can do. It is a game against Liverpool tonight for everyone to show themselves and prove they can play. Afterwards it is going to be the manager's decision. It's going to be a chance to get game time, the rhythm of playing, enjoy yourself and finish the campaign on a good note. You just have to give your maximum. That is all that you can control. 4:00 p.m. Everton are interested in signing Borussia Dortmund striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, according to German paper Bild. However, Toffee's boss Sam Allardyce will face competition from Chelsea and Liverpool to sign the Gabon international. Related articles. 3:15 p.m. Manchester United have offered Juan Mata to Inter Milan as they look to bring in João Mario, according to the Daily Mail. The club could face a struggle in bringing the Portuguese star to Old Trafford as Paris Saint-Germain are also interested in the 24-year-old. 2:30 p.m. Alan Pardew fears losing West Brom star Johnny Evans in January. Man City, Arsenal, Everton and West Ham are all tracking the defender and Pardew is a worried man. Your best players are always vulnerable. Johnny Evans is certainly one of them, and he's our captain, he said. Do I want to lose him? Of course not. Do I fear losing him? Of course I do. 1:50 p.m. Everton are keen on Borussia Dortmund star Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Aubameyang has been linked with a move away from the German side, with Liverpool, Chelsea and Real Madrid all touted as potential destinations. But Bild claimed the Goodison Park are also keen on the Gabon striker. 1:10 p.m. Gareth Bale could be heading back to the Premier League. According to Spanish news outlet Diario Gol, Bale has an agreement with Real president Florentino Perez to leave the Bernabeu at the end of the season. Both parties reportedly feel it's the best move for the former Tottenham star. Diario goal at the United and Spurs are keen to sign the real key man. 12:45 p.m. Liverpool should sign Virgil van Dijk and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, according to former Reds hero Danny Murphy. If you spend a load of money on a top striker, which Aubameyang is going to play, so you have to think about the dynamics, he said. You can't have lots of players annoyed. But Jurgen Klopp is a clever guy and he knows him well. I'd like to see it happen, because I think he would be 20 goals per season. He will make a difference, but it's not the big problem area. Go and get Van Dijk, sort that out first. 12 p.m. Liverpool star Philippe Coutinho has dropped the biggest clue yet. He could be off to Barcelona in January. The talented playmaker bagged a hat-trick in a 70 thrashing of Spartak Moscow at Anfield last night to ensure Liverpool finished top of Group E and progressed to the knockout stages. After the game, Coutinho was quizzed on his future, and joining Barcelona appears to still be firmly on his agenda. I do not know how the future is going to be, Coutinho said, leaving the door open to a fresh approach. What will happen in January? We will know it in January. I do not know if there will be an offer. 11:20 a.m. Manchester City could be about to add Jean-Michel Seri to the ranks, according to the bookies. Ladbrokes make City 21 favourites to get the nice midfielder. Barcelona are next up at 94 with Liverpool at 52. Arsenal are priced at 41 to land the player. Which Premier League transfers are most likely to happen in January? Getty. Theo Walcott to West Ham. 10:35 a.m. Liverpool star Philippe Coutinho would be the perfect signing for Barcelona. That's according to Chelsea midfielder Cesc Fabregas. Fabregas told Catalan TV station TV3, "I think he's a great player. I see Barca's style. The truth is that it has the level. From where I see it, he is more comfortable inside, but the good thing about this player is that he can play in various positions." 10 a.m. Inter Milan are plotting a January swoop for Emre Can. Can is out of contract at Anfield in the summer and HES not thought to be close to signing an extension. And Inter ready to make a move in the new year, TalkSport claim. 9:25 a.m. Chelsea have to act quickly with Eden Hazard a face losing him to Real Madrid. Michael Essien has warned, "I think that Chelsea need to renew his contract. You don't want your best players to leave and we need him at the club," the ex-Blues star told Goal. "It would take a lot of money to replace him at Chelsea, but I hope that they can tie him down for a long time." 8:50 a.m. Three clubs are ready to battle it out for West Brom star Johnny Evans in January. Everton and West Ham have joined Manchester City in the race to get the centre-back, report the Mirror. Evans was wanted by City and Arsenal in the summer, but Tony Pulis would let him go. 8:20 a.m. Philippe Coutinho is still set on joining Barcelona as they look to finally seal a deal with Liverpool in January. According to Mundo Deportivo, Coutinho has a deal in place for the next 5 seasons should he join Barcelona. Barcelona are intent on signing him in January, and it's claimed the player has a pact with Liverpool. After seeing his dream move blocked, Coutinho is said to have made Liverpool agree to a fixed price for January. That amounts to £128 million, which Barcelona are still keen to reduce but understand it is time to make their move. 7:50 a.m. Sunderland are ready to bid £500,000 for Gary Madden in January. Madden is currently on the books at Championship relegation rivals Bolton but could be on the move in the new year if the clubs can agree a fee. 7:25 a.m. Manchester City and Liverpool are scouting nice midfielder Jean-Michel Seri. Barcelona tried to get the 26-year-old in the summer but couldn't get a deal over the line. The Mail now say Liverpool and City are keen. Arsenal were also after him earlier this year. 50 and Barcelona look set to sign Brazilian wonder kid Arthur. The Gremio midfielder has been likened to Catalan legend Andrés Iniesta. The 21-year-old was pictured in a Barcelona shirt in Brazil last week. The fantasy football transfer guru app has calculated which clubs have the hardest and easiest fixtures over the next 5 game weeks. Getty. 20. Bournemouth very hard fixtures. 400 Inter Milan are preparing a swap deal between João Mario and Henrikh Mkhitaryan. The United midfielder is struggling to break into Jose Mourinho's plans this season. According to The Guardian, Inter are ready to offer him an escape route, with Mario heading to Old Trafford. 230 Zinedine Zidane appears to have ruled out a move for David De Gea. The Manchester United goalkeeper has been repeatedly linked with a move to Real Madrid. But speaking last night, Zidane said, "Kepa, I have two goalkeepers, understand? I am a Real Madrid coach and I am happy with my two goalkeepers. I will always say the same." 130 and Brighton are preparing to bolster their attack with the addition of Celtic star Moussa Dembélé. The Frenchman managed 8 goals in 16 appearances this season, including a strike against PSG in the Champions League. And according to the Daily Mail, Chris Hughton's men will launch a £20 million bid for his signature. How well do you know the Manchester United stars and the Wags? Instagram Wednesday, December 69, 20 p.m. Manchester City midfielder Yaya Toure is set to move to the MLS, according to the bookies. BetStar's director of trading Ian Marmion said Yaya Toure's 7-year career at the Etihad could be about to come to an end as the Ivorian has been linked with a move across the pond. The 34-year-old midfielder is priced at 21 to follow in the footsteps of his former teammate Frank Lampard by joining Man City's sister club New York City in the MLS. The former Barcelona player's contract with the league leaders expires at the end of the season, and a switch to the Bronx Blues could be a possible landing spot for the midfielder. 8:45 p.m. Roma are planning to make a January swoop for Leicester ace Riyad Mahrez, according to Calcio Mercato. The player is said to be unhappy with his situation at the King Power and wants to push through a move. Leicester are reportedly holding out for a massive £50 million for the winger, though. 8:10 p.m. Arsenal targets Steven Zonzi. Travel to London this week for personal reasons, Sevilla insists. Sevilla chairman Jose Castro said his situation is due to a technical issue with the coaches, and as with all the technical issues, he can change it. He has travelled to London to visit his son with our permission. There aren't any offers to sign Zonzi. I can't talk about clauses or prices if we don't have an offer. We respect the decision of our coaches. He is training with their mates, but currently he isn't playing. 7:40 p.m. Newcastle are closing in on Porto goalkeeper Iker Casillas. Portuguese newspaper A Bola say the experienced star fancies a move to the Premier League. The Spaniard is out of contract at the end of the season. He's also been replaced between the Porto sticks by rookie keeper Jose Sa. It had been suggested the 36-year-old was frozen out for using his mobile phone in training. 7:10 p.m. Chelsea goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois will not renew his contract at the club as he wants a move to Real Madrid. The Belgian has been in superb form again this season for the Blues, keeping 9 clean sheets in all competitions. And Spanish outlet Don Balón claimed Courtois wants to replace Keylor Navas at Real for many reasons. They report the 25-year-old knows he will have more chance of winning major trophies at the Bernabeu than he does at Stamford Bridge. And Courtois also has 2 daughters that live in Madrid, which would suit the shot-stopper leaving Chelsea for Real. 6:40 p.m. Everton midfielder Ross Barkley is odds to complete the switch to Tottenham, according to the bookies. BetStar's director of trading Ian Marmion said Ross Barkley's imminent departure from his boyhood club looks set to be all but confirmed, with a number of Premier League clubs ready to go head-to-head for the midfielder's signature. Champions Chelsea were within touching distance of signing the England international in the summer transfer window, but Spurs have now leapfrogged their London rivals in the odds stakes and are the new favourites at 46 to pinch Barkley from Merseyside. Meanwhile, the Blues are priced at 41 to finally get their man, while Arsenal are rated at 91 to take the midfield away from Goodison Park. Bongarts transfer news live. Chelsea want Bayer Leverkusen star Leon Bailey. 6:05 p.m. Liverpool striker Danny Ings is wanted by Crystal Palace, Stoke, Brighton, Newcastle and West Ham for a potential loan move in January. The Guardian claimed the top-flight sides are ready to take a chance on the forward. Ings has been plagued by injury problems since joining Liverpool from Burnley in 2015. 5:25 p.m. Arsenal starlet Eden Nketiah has signed a new long-term deal with the club. The 18-year-old has featured 3 times for the Gunners and scored twice in the 21 Carabao Cup win over Norwich in October. Nketiah said delighted to have signed a new long-term deal with Arsenal, looking forward to pushing on and continuing my development at this great club. Thanks to my family and friends for all the support. God is good. Matt Macy and Ben Sheaf have also put pen to paper on new contracts. 5 p.m. Manchester United are odds to sign Tottenham left-back Danny Rose in January, with Liverpool outsiders to secure his signature, according to the bookies. BetStar's director of trading Ian Marmion said, Danny Rose's future at Tottenham appears to be hanging in the balance after falling out of favour under Mauricio Pochettino. The Spurs left-back has been a permanent fixture on Jose Mourinho's defensive radar, and Manchester United are the overwhelming favourites at 46 to strike up a deal. For the England international, the Red Devils' Premier League rivals Liverpool are also in the running to become the Sheffield-born player's next club and can be backed at 51. Related articles. 4:30 p.m. Arsene Wenger admits he intends to keep Theo Walcott at Arsenal despite the winger being linked with a move to Everton. Walcott has struggled for game time this season, making just 3 substitute appearances in the Premier League so far. The 28-year-old has been linked with a move away from the Emirates in January, with free spending Everton said to be lining up a move. When asked about Walcott, Wenger said, yes, he has future. He works very hard. He was sick a few weeks ago and after I didn't change the squad. But overall in training he looks very sharp. 4 p.m. Lionel Messi has told Javier Mascherano he should leave Barcelona. The former West Ham and Liverpool star has struggled for game time this season. Form and fitness issues have blighted his campaign and he's managed just 6 La Liga appearances. Messi, who is hugely influential at the Nou Camp, is close pals with Mascherano. Spanish media outlet Diario Gol say the Argentine superstar has told his compatriot that he's better searching for regular match action elsewhere. 3:30 p.m. Manchester United are surprise favourites to sign Real Madrid star James Rodriguez. Rodriguez is currently on a 2-year loan at Bayern Munich, but that's not stopped bookies Ladbrokes tipping him for a summer switch to Old Trafford. Jose Mourinho's side are 64 favourites to get the Colombian superstar, who could put himself in the shop window at the World Cup in Russia. Chelsea are second favourites at 52, with PSG 31 to get the attacking ace. Alex Apati of Ladbrokes said James has hardly touched down in Munich, but it looks as though his time in the Bundesliga will soon be over, with a whole host of European heavyweights thought to be eyeing up a move. Which clubs have spent the most money on transfers since the start of the 199,293 season? Getty. 3 p.m. Manchester City are preparing a £50 million January bid for Arsenal star Alexis Sanchez. According to The Independent, Pep Guardiola is desperate to bring the 28-year-old to the Etihad and is readying a huge bid to convince Arsenal. Arsene Wenger is reluctant to sell next month and would prefer to lose him for free in order to keep him for the pursuit of Champions League football. But a huge offer could be tempting, as he'll need the funds as he looks to start rebuilding his squad. 2:30 p.m. Jurgen Klopp admits there are no guarantees that Philippe Coutinho will still be Liverpool player in February. Asked what made him sure that Coutinho would still be at Anfield after January's transfer window, he said, "Nothing, but I don't think about it. I think about the Moscow game. Not for 1 second have I thought about that so far. I'm not unsure, I'm not sure. I don't think about it. I have a team to prepare and no one knows what will happen in the nice and calm January transfer window. It's nice from an outside view, but I have absolutely nothing to say." 2 p.m. Lionel Messi turned down a huge offer from Manchester City before penning a new deal at Barcelona. City were reportedly willing to pay the Argentine a massive €100 million £89.1 million signing-on bonus to become part of their exciting project. But Messi had no interest in moving and last month signed a new contract worth £500,000 a week, keeping him at the Nou Camp until 2021. According to Marca, City also offered the 30-year-old a mouth-watering £850,000 a week to reunite with former boss Pep Guardiola. Related articles.